In case you're wondering what's going on with the action figures this time, there's a very simple explanation.
We gotta praise the Breakfast Club.
You'll notice once again who is at the center of attention. Praise the God. Are you ready for some more hot Q&A action? What are you doing?
Riley's falling off the ring.
Well, maybe
Now he's taking out Zack Ryder. Okay, Riley wins. Zack Ryder, your career is over.
It's a matter of art imitating real life. You ready for another Q&A?
Sure.
Remember to keep tweeting your questions to us. Twitter handle for us is @OffTheRopesShow, @PKellySAFC. What wrestling live events have you guys been to, and have any of you attended WrestleMania? I don't think any of us have ever attended a WrestleMania.
Nope. I've been to 2 SmackDown house shows.
Most of the wrestling shows I've been to have been many, many years ago. Haven't been to any live events in a number of years.
We have plans in the work to go to a WrestleMania in the future.
Maybe. Or at least a pay-per-view sometime this year or next year. But yeah, as far as I know, I think Tony and Dwayne and Mark have been to more events, especially Clash of Champions. I know Mark went to SummerSlam '99 up there in Minneapolis. I can't remember what else they maybe have been to. I think Dwayne Metal D probably has been to the most wrestling events. So
that's because he's the oldest.
He gets a great schedule from working at the movies store.
Yeah.
Andrew X Type 77 asks, how do you think Mark Henry should be utilized on the road to WrestleMania? Well, I think they need to make him a monster, and clearly have him win whatever WrestleMania match he's booked.
What if he's fighting Ryback?
Yeah. Ryback may be a future star, but it's still Mark Henry we're talking about. And for my own...
Are you just saying it because the cat's like right over there?
Okay. I really am, actually. @Raw_is_Muhammad. What is your favorite Macho Man match or matches?
Not Tuesday in Texas.
Oh, God. Someday we're going to do a review of that on this channel, Tuesday in Texas.
That'll be fun.
Either Hogan versus Macho Man WrestleMania 5 or Macho Man versus Warrior at WrestleMania 7, the retirement match. Those will probably be the two that stand out to me the most, although there are many others.
Steamboat?
You could say Steamboat Savage, but I think of those other two matches more, even though Steamboat Savage at 3 was a great one. @TeenBrigant1995, who do you think Cena should drop the belt to after Mania?
Nobody.
Nobody? How long of a title reign do you think Cena's going to have after WrestleMania?
2 years.
Because Punk got 434 days?
Yep.
I would be surprised if Cena's title reign wasn't at least 6 to 9 months. I would be stunned. I wouldn't be surprised if he carried the belt all the way to next year's WrestleMania. Who should he drop it to? I don't know if we have that answer yet, but it would probably have to be a young heel that has really progressed up the card well and really gotten over. I know what he wants to say is Jack Swagger, but...
Oh, fuck you. It'll probably be Randy Orton. I know it sure as fuck isn't going to be Cesaro.
You never know.
Just read the next question,
Bitch. Whore.
You're not doing it right.
I don't care. This is how I do it. It's my way of celebrating motherfucker.
Like this?
Nobody does it like that.
No, we do.
@Rusty Gillespie 7. Yes, if you're an ugly porn star, a 14-year-old girl, or a little kid. Schleg Daddy, The Rock versus Undertaker at WrestleMania 30 for the streak. Good idea. If Undertaker wrestled and they wanted to throw The Rock against him, sure, why not? That's fine with me.
Still be a better idea to put Cena in there.
I even have to give you that one. That's one match that if they never do at WrestleMania, they will probably regret.
Yep.
Although they'll probably give us something like Cena versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania 30.
That is a match that everybody wants to see.
They never had a one-on-one match at Mania. As many other fucking matches as they had. The one thing they didn't do was have a one-on-one match at Mania.
Because they knew that nobody was going to buy that WrestleMania.
Well, you had this guy had to be thrown into the one. Oh, Christ. Anyways, @TheMCook. Should WWE go back to the old days where you mainly see main eventers on pay-per-view and IC contenders main eventing TV?
Yes.
I don't think you have to go where you never see the main eventers on TV. I don't think that's a good idea either.
But you could give them time off and give the fans time off from them.
I think you need to make your big stars feel more like big stars, and the one way you do that is to not overexpose them, which is the problem with pretty much everybody on that roster on a full-time basis, is they're overexposed. The more you see them, the more challenging it is to keep them fresh and interesting.
Make it a big deal when somebody comes back.
Yeah, it's just... I would like to see more emphasis on the undercard and midcard guys than on the main eventers on TV every week, but I doubt we're ever going to see that, sadly. At Spartan X Kai. What were your opinions on the WWF Brawl for All tournament in 1988, which culminated at WrestleMania 15? I thought it was stupid. I think you've heard Cornette probably say it in a shoot, talking about, now you've got the boys going out there hurting themselves for real, and the people think it's fake, and it's stupid. And it was stupid. And Butterbean beat the shit out of Bart Gunn, and other guys got hurt in there like Dr. Death Steve Williams. Bart Gunn's career was pretty much over in the WWF after that. I hated the Brawl for All. I thought it was really stupid. At Peter Jacobs 93, one person you would want to give a WWE or a main event push in the WWE right now.
Alex Riley.
Okay, since you said him, I will go in a different direction, and I will go Wade Barrett.
I have no problem with that, except I'm bored with them right now. But that's not Wade's fault. It's the WWE's fault.
As it is for many things. Should the streak ever end? And if yes, by whom?
No, the streak should never end. I was going to get cute with my answer and say, no, the streak should never end by God. With Taker passing away like 30 years from now.
It's an interesting question because you say if you've invested that many years into somebody, you want to get some type of return on the investment, and having somebody beat him at Mania end that streak. But, there's something to saying it's a one-time deal. It's a special thing. Is anybody really going to get any benefit from it? No, I don't think the streak should ever end, even though I could understand if somebody believes that it should. Good question, though. At Ryan, MVP Pierre. If Orton goes to TNA, will it bring over a lot of WWE fans? He might bring some.
I don't think it'll bring a lot. I mean, look at SmackDown's ratings when Orton had the belt.
I think it would potentially be something good for TNA, and in particular be something good for Randy Orton as a character and a performer. I'd be really curious to see what a TNA would do with a Randall Keith Orton. I really would. And Schleg Daddy, do you have an MLB team? Yes, the Chicago Cubs, sadly. So one thing, as a baseball fan, I am very used to is every year the season starts, and when the season starts, the season is already over. At NUFC Muzzy, which feud was better? Rock versus Austin or Austin versus McMahon?
Austin versus McMahon. No question.
Now, some people, as we've got a cat going batshit crazy here, climbing up the thing, some people say Rock versus Austin because it headlined 3 WrestleManias. But I'm sorry, the big money feud was still Austin McMahon.
Yeah.
That's the feud that everybody remembers, Rock Austin, great feud, great rivalry, had great moments, but Austin versus McMahon. It was easier to connect to. It resonated more in the mainstream easily. At heel_93, which do you think is more annoying? CM Punk marks or John Cena marks?
CM Punk marks.
Why? Because you're a John Cena mark.
Because everything CM Punk does is fucking gold. He fucking shits rainbows.
Does he have Kim Jong-il powers? He shits rainbows?
Yes.
Do you think Maurice shits rainbows?
CM Punk got buried because The Rock took the belt from him. Never mind the fact he had it for 435 days and nothing fucking happened.
434,
whatever. He fucking ran away like a chicken most of the time, or had somebody else do his fighting for him.
I think you could argue that anybody's marks could potentially be annoying depending on your perspective. Like, some people consider me annoying because I'm a Hogan mark. Some people consider you annoying because you're a Shawn Michaels or Edge mark. Out of those two, though,
rant about, but whatever.
Yeah, out of those two, I think when you're dealing from an internet community standpoint, I don't even think it's close. I think it's CM Punk marks because there aren't as many John Cena marks in the internet community. There's more. John Cena is a much more polarizing figure, leaning towards much more hated than loved, whereas CM Punk is loved by a lot of people on the internet. And if you ever say anything not glowing about him, all shit hits the can. And for some reason, you hate Phillip Brooks and everything, and it's
you
CM
critique one little thing and why are you bashing on CM Punk all the time?
Yes, you said his promo was only good. It gave me a little British fist shudder. You should give it a 6 out of 4 stars. CM Punk marks, easily. Are they the most annoying of wrestling fans?
No, I mean a year ago I might have said Daniel Bryan marks, but
I guess it runs cyclical. It used to be Hogan marks were the most annoying, or Austin or Rock marks, or Triple H marks were annoying for a number of years. Randy Orton marks a couple of years ago to me were the most annoying. It goes in cycles. I'm sure there'll be somebody
Christian
else.
marks.
So what?
Christian marks, they're fucking annoying. Christian Cage fan being one of them.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I called him out by name.
Jeez, you don't like that guy.
It's okay. I don't think he subbed to the new channel.
No, I was talking about Christian.
Oh no, fuck him.
I can't wait till you meet Edge in July and you have to ask him questions about his awesome tag team with Christian.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go.
Yes, you're not passing up the chance to meet Adam Copeland.
Yeah, I'll go when you're not there.
No, you'll go both days.
Like, Jeff, you need to go get these guys.
Don't you think that would be bending the rules? Ha-ha! Cheap pun! All right, let's move on. Last question. W. Rain Foster. How would you help the Cubs franchise get their first World Series win since 1908 and become a dominating team again?
Got a year?
Okay, let's address this in 2 parts. First, become a dominating team again. Yes, in theory, the first decade of the 1900s was very, very good for the Chicago Cubs. They won back-to-back World Series. I believe it was 3 straight World Series they played in. I think they lost to the hitless wonder White Sox in 1906, if I remember correctly. They were once a dominant team, but that was over 100 freaking years ago. I mean, this is back during the Teddy Roosevelt administration, for crying out loud. How would I help the Cubs franchise get their first World Series win? Number one, I would implode that piece of crap beer garden dump that is Wrigley Field. The only thing that it represents is losing. If you have played in a place for 90-some years or whatever the fuck it is, and you've never won a World Series while playing there, and you've always had that crutch of, hey, come to the ballpark. It's a great experience. The team blows shits, but we don't care. Here's a beer for $8. Get drunk. Drown your sorrows. And you'll think it's a great experience because you don't remember anything after the 4th damn inning. Get rid of Wrigley Field.
Why couldn't you be like a Minnesota Twins fan?
I don't know.
At least they had Kirby Puckett.
That they did. The Cubs have had great players. Samuel Peralta Sosa, Andre Dawson, Ryan Sandberg, Mark Grace, other Hall of Famers like Ron Santo and Billy Williams and Fergie Jenkins and Mr. Cub himself, Ernie Banks, and I'd go on and on and on. They've had great players. But their farm system has sucked for a number of years. They produce a lot of mediocre to bad players, a lot of role players. They need to start producing power pitchers at the top of the rotation, power arms at the back end of their bullpen, and power hitters in the middle of their lineup. There's lots of things I would do. I'll do a video on my solo channel, Schleg Daddy TV. That link is in the description box below. But first thing that must go is that dump of a stadium, Wrigley Field. Period. Until they get rid of that, they're not going to do anything. Don't jump up here, Cat. He's going to jump up here, isn't he? Going to knock shit over too. Well, apparently,
that's it for this Q&A.
Well, I guess deuces and fours are running wild in here. We'll see you next time, folks.